All right, first of all, we want to say welcome. This morning, we want to say good morning to you all. Thank you all for being here this morning. This morning, we're trying to make sure when school begins each school year to meet with all of our classes. It's been my responsibility to meet with you, the senior classes, this particular year. Working with the seniors this year, so if you have any questions concerning any type of senior question, please come to our office. If we do not know the answer, then we will get the answer for you. Hopefully you know everything that we're going to be putting up this morning with just a few new things, but the main part of this right here, y'all come on in. Come on in, please, and have a seat. The main part of this right here is making sure that you are properly informed, that you know what you need to do to be successful this year as we complete your last year of high school, and not just high school, going forward to the next step, which is going to be out of school. Whether some of you are going to go to college, whether some of you are going to go to the military, school to work, okay? Just remember, school to work, remember continuing education classes, because we want you to get paid the most that you can get paid and get the benefits that you need as the working out in the world. Thank y'all, welcome for y'all coming, okay? Appreciate y'all being this morning. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing we're looking at is the vision for Texas City High School. This is why that we are here. We're here to cultivate the next generation of leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. There may be entrepreneurs sitting right here in the audience this morning, as well as innovators, as well as leaders. Okay? You don't have to be an out-front leader all the time. You could be behind the scene as a leader. You are a leader when you are responsible, you are a productive citizen, you're taking care of things. The mission that we have at Texas City High School, that what we want you to be able to do, this is what we want to be able to do. We want to create a culture here that is making sure that you are able to grow and learn. That's for as well as the teachers, as well as the student and the staff that are here. And Mr. Hippolyte has a theme for this year. One word is going to be challenge. Challenge the limit. Embrace that. The more you challenge yourself, the more you'll be successful, the more you become an independent person, and next thing you know, you will be an interdependent person, which means what? You're going not only to take care of yourself, but you're able to take care of others also. You know our staff here. We only have two new individuals here as far as our administrative staff. That is going to be Mr. Temple. He's going to have the Alpha M through RIT, and Ms. White, who's going to have the Alpha RIV through Z. The rest of us here on last school year. As well as the ITC staff across the street there. They're also there last year. You know who they are if you're taking programs or classes over there. Our counselors. Ms. Chambers came in second semester last year. She has an M through RIT, and then Ms. Owens, who is not new to the district, but she is new to Texas City High School. Ms. Owens carries the alphabet RIV through Z. And then also we have Ms. Taylor Joseph, who is known as our college and career counselor. So use those individuals as far as they are concerned to make sure you get what you need. Your counsel is very important to you. This is from your Counsel Davis and the rest of the council staff here. The things they wanted me to communicate to you. It says make sure you have all your classes that you need for graduation. Check your transcript. Go to your transcript. Your transcript is all the documentation you need, all the classes you've took since you've been here at Texas City High School, or if you are a transfer student from another district, it's there. See your registrar if you're missing anything, but look at the transcript. Also, make sure you pass your classes. You're not looking at any credit recovery for the spring semester. Get it the most out of your school year. You started your resume, I'm sure, earlier when you were younger, at a lower grade level. But also, folks, make sure you work on your grades. Good grades is a habit you can focus on, and then also hopefully carry on with you as you go into the work world. Look at all your career and college options, okay? Be active in school, as well as in your community. Just be a plain good citizen. Look at the available services that you may have. Planning and organizing and preparing. That's most important. Most important that you plan, organize, prepare. Okay? Once you plan, organize, and prepare, you set the tone that you have direction what you want to go into. Don't plan and prepare. What you're looking at is what's going to be left over out there. So please make sure you plan, prepare, and organize. All right. College Career Counselor Joseph wants me to communicate this to you. She said, please make sure you complete the free and reduced lunch application. If you have not already taken the AC or the SAT exam, look at the dates, scheduled dates, and we'll show that to you later on. She also wants us to communicate to you to make sure you register for a federal student aid ID, complete the FOSSA, the free application for federal student aid. Also, that's going to be open in October. Apply to college, which began August the 1st. Pay close attention to early college deadline. Also, you're going to need recommendations. Recommendations from your teachers, or whoever you're going to get the recommendation from, because college is going to make a request depending on where you're going. Look at your transcript. Even when you go to work, they may want recommendations, okay? Look at college essay that you may have to send to college. Make sure you participate in community service, which is all going to be included on your resume, also your college application. And make sure you have completed all your graduate requirements. Again, graduation requirements. And you're going to see two things quite a bit: graduation requirements and attendance. That's very important. The benefits of having a college career counselor, according to Joseph, this right here. College application, she's telling you where to go to apply. Also supported with financial aid. Scholarship, most important. Counselor will have available scholarships. Please make sure you apply. Letters of recommendations, talk to your teachers or your counselors or your administrators. Essays. If you don't know how to write an essay, get with your teachers, especially English teachers, okay? Career military search. Look at the tests you need to take if you're going into the military. Again, build your resume. Build your resume. Communication. If you don't have an email, be sure you plan one, organize one, set up a professional email. Get in the habit of checking your email regularly. That's more than twice a day, because you're going to have to make sure one day you're going to leave home. You're not going to be dependent on your parents. The more independent you become, the more successful you're going to become, okay? Which leads to you an interdependent person. What is college looking for from prospective students? They're looking at the challenge. They're going to look at your transcript. They're going to look at your grades, GPA. They're going to look to see if you were involved in extracurricular activities. They're going to look to see if you're involved in community service. They're going to look at your recommendation letters. They're going to look at your resume. They're going to look at a well-rounded student, especially a person also who has a job, who is working, who can obtain that job and keep that job. If you're working and you can maintain that job, that shows them that you stay and be able to stick with things. Explore college and career options. Look at the various four-year colleges that are out there, as well as your two-year college, junior colleges, community college. Go online. Use that phone that you have and research them. Get information. Seek out vocational schools, technical schools, okay? Look at the armed forces also. Again, apply for scholarship, because things are quite high out there. And it's important, folks, that when you're talking about going to school, don't be in a hurry to leave home. It costs money to leave home. We had a lot of students leave home, the next thing you know, they ran out of money, and they come back home. So please make sure you know how much money you have, what it's going to cost to go to school. Because tuition is not the greatest cost. Now, the greatest cost is going to be eating every day and room and board. You got to have somewhere, a place to stay, a place to live, a place to sleep. Also, college events. Whatever college events are going to go on happening, make sure you attend local college nights, college fairs, other informational events. Look at the different colleges you want to go to, at least find some colleges you want, at least 10, then narrow that list down to 3 or 5 colleges where you want to go, okay? Then take yourself a visit. Visit those schools. We will let you go visit college one day a semester. It will not count against you, but when you go visit, plan ahead. Get your information from the attendance office. They should have a form there. Get permission from your assistant principal. Once you attend that college, make sure they sign off that you were there, and then turn it back to the attendance office once you return to school. Very, very important. Technical school visit. Also the same thing, 2 days are allowed. Make sure you get permission. Make sure you get permission. Those of you who are looking at the military, get permission. Get permission, please. Or when return to school, make sure you show that you have enlisted if you plan to enlist on a certain day. ACT test dates. The one that's circled, that is the day that it will be administered here at Texas City High School. Make sure you get these dates. Make sure you get these dates. And we're going to try to make sure we post these dates in our office. We'll just post it in the council's office. So please make sure that you are aware. Also, make sure you be aware of the deadline for applying to take those tests. Be sure you are aware of that, okay? Good morning. Here are your SAT dates. Be sure you're aware of all your SAT dates, okay? As well as the late registration date online. And then make sure you know the location. The location, all right? And then look at the time your scores are going to be released. Also, folks, before we take the ACT or the SAT practice test, get your practice test. Go online, use that practice test, familiarize yourself with what you're going to be doing when you take your actual test. This is how we plan, how we organize, how we prepare ourselves, so nothing's basically going to be new to us. When we are familiar with things, most likely we're going to be more successful. This is from Dean Williams. Again, some things that she looks at when you're talking about graduation, talking about your student leaving high school, and then also beyond high school. One of the first things is attendance. So we need you to come to school. You're going to see attendance again. Please come to school. Work. Work inside the classroom. Complete your work. Complete your assignments on time. She wants to tell you about graduation. Know what you need to do to graduate. I'm going to say this right here. 5 things to graduation. Attendance again. You got to be here. Number 2, those STAR tests. You got to pass those 5 STAR tests. Starting with English 1, English 2, Algebra 1, Biology, U.S. History. The third thing you got to do for graduation. Required classes, which we will cover in a few minutes. Example would be making sure you got all 4 English, okay? Making sure you have your other language as an example. Number 4, next thing you got to do is 26 plus credits. Make sure you take care of those things. Most important for graduation. Make sure you know where your grades, where you stand with your grades. Make sure you know. Don't assume you made a 68, okay? And the teacher gave you 2 points. Where can you go to find your grade? Go to your transcript. It's there. Everything is there. And then make sure you see your counselor for timeline for SAT, ACT if you have any questions at all. Also from Dean Williams, if you want to obtain the fill of the spring semester, some things you have to look at. Make sure you got all your STAR tests passed. Now maybe some sitting in here this morning may have to take the retest for whatever area in December. That test will be administered in December. Prepare yourself for that. Make sure you get with the appropriate individuals, okay? Make sure you're on track for graduation, including your endorsement. That is very important. You must follow your graduation plan for your endorsement, your career pathway. Also, make sure that you are college ready. Making sure that you have met the requirements. And then, if you do have a fill-up, make sure you have transportation. You cannot stay on campus. Make sure you have transportation. And then again, emphasis is most important. Scratch that 10. It's going to be 8 this semester. 8 this semester. No major discipline, okay, which means no level 3. That means no DAP. And make sure you have no obligation. Obligation comes up a lot sometimes with some of our students when they may have quit athletics, left a program, or cell phone. Be sure you check with the secretaries in the grade office if you have any obligations. It's like they come in a few minutes, okay? All right, expectations. You know what those expectations are here at Texas City High School. Once you come on this campus, make sure that you are appropriate dressed. Make sure you have your ID, okay? Those are the things that we adhere to. Be sure once you're in the classroom that you engage in what you need to accomplish with your teachers. Be respectful to your teachers at all times, making sure you follow the classroom expectations. One of the things we have this year is no hoodies. If we take them up, folks, if we come to you, take them up. You're going to have to give them to us, otherwise you're going to have to go home or go to SAC. Do not loud in the hallway. We will start checking TARDIS next week. We're going to get a printout this week, so please make sure, on which we'll give you some more information on TARDIS in a few minutes. Represent Texas City High School with character as well as class and as well as in your community. Student IDs at all times. Have your ID on around your neck. If someone asks to see your ID, please make sure you give it to them, show it to them. Any staff member, that's most important. If you do not have your ID, That's something that we're going to have in the classroom. That means you're going to have your parents, call your parents, or you're going to have to get a new one, or you're going to sit aside until you get one. So please make sure you follow the guidelines for IDs. Cell phone policy. You can use your phone before school, lunchtime, after school, passing periods. Once you make it to the classroom, please power your phone off. If you get a referral for phone use, you go to the office, it's going to cost $15. No matter what. Only one person will be able to take that $15 away. That's the person who wrote the referral. All right? Because we're not there. The teacher's in charge of the classroom. So realize that. Power that phone off. Power it off. If you refuse to give it to the teacher and the teacher requests it, then it's going to also cost you 1 day of salary. We don't want to have to hand in the discipline out. Anytime you come to the office, that means more work. And if some of you have a job, if you go to work, you do your job, you do it very well. And then one day you come in, somebody don't show up. That means that you may have to do their work that they're not there to do. So please make sure. It's the same with us in our office, okay? The more you come in on referral, that's more work that we have to do. And we have to do paperwork. So no one wants to do more work. We don't want to have to give you any consequences. We want you to be able to come to school free of any kind of stress or restraint. And we want you to go to your classroom and have a good day and exit out of this building when it's time to go home. That's your bell schedule, the same bell schedule we had on last year. By Canvas, which we started several years ago, the teacher will explain to you where your lessons are going to be. And here's a breakdown for your course selection to what you would have to have for graduation. You're looking at 4 years of English, 3 to 4 years of math, 4 years of science and social studies, 1 year of physical education, other language 2 years, fine arts 1 credit, electives 7 credits. That's why we say you may have 26 plus credits to graduate with. That's the other part, 26 plus credits, okay? So again, the graduation, making sure you have attendance in line. Number 2, STAR test. Number 3, make sure you have required classes. Number 4, 26 plus credits. Again, that's the breakdown, graduation plan for you. To be classified as a senior, you must have at least 19 plus credits. Grades, most important, folks, okay? Make sure it's your responsibility, not the teacher's responsibility, to keep up with your grades. That's your responsibility, okay? Our job is to prepare you for the next level, which is what it's going to be for college, what it's going to be for work world. Our job is to prepare you. You must track yourself, track your own stuff. Know what your grade's going to be, okay? You can go online for monitoring your grades at any given time. You can also set online in SKYWARD. If your grade goes below a certain point, then you get a notification that lets you know, I need to go see my teacher about this grade. Make sure you look at all your tests and assignments. If you're not sure, go see your teacher. Don't come to us about things. Go see your teacher. That's most important. If you want SKYWARD to give you notification, this is what you need to do. This on the screen there. You can set that notification at whatever grade you want. We have 75 up here. If you want to set it at a higher level, you look at 80, 85. Once your grade get 85 or lower, SKYWARD will send you a notification. So go into SKYWARD, set that notification up. Remember, seniors, you're going to graduate this year. You're going to graduate. Don't wait until the end. I've seen some kids wait till the end, they're crying. They're crying because they didn't take care of the business. So plan ahead, prepare, organize, take care of your business. Credit recovery from Dean Williams, you have to make a 60. You know, you go to credit recovery for whatever reason. Remember what Ms. Davis said, spring semester. For those who are in the advanced classes, these are part of the campus, on the advanced classes on campus, okay? And also there will be an agreement with your parents. If they haven't sent that agreement home, they will be getting that agreement to you through your teacher who teaches classes for you. That agreement is going to be that if you're taking any AP classes, that you are expected to take the AP exam. If you're going to pay to take that exam, try to make sure you plan to do your best. Because you can make a B or an A, that's a class you don't have to take over in college. And folks, college classes cost a lot of money now. It's a lot of money. And the cost of taking the AP exam is way lower than paying tuition for a 3-hour class in college. Your endorsements, whether you be in the STEM programs, science, engineering, math, business and industry, public service, arts and humanity, and multidisciplinary study. These are the different endorsements we have for graduation. These are the pathways that you look at. Your advanced courses, dual credit, of course, will be the COM program. We also have dual on campus, UT on ramp class, on ramp credit, advanced placement classes, as well as advanced classes, okay? The weight, the scale there. If you're taking those advanced classes, we know that you're going to get way more of a weighted credit than your regular classes. That means that your GPA is going to be higher. Attendance, again. This semester, how many days can I miss out? I can miss out 8 days this semester. That does not include doctor's notes or court dates. The key is making sure that you communicate that information in writing to the attendance office. They will code it for us. Spring semester is 9 days. Most important, if you want a BOE, that has to go through the assistant principal office at all times. We always will go back to the previous semester. If you request a BOE, we're going to go back to the spring semester of 2022. If you do not qualify, if you had over on the attendance, then we're going to have to wait until the day before Christmas. That's when we'll look at it and see if you've met the requirements. Also, attendance credit denied. What does that mean? That means that you mailed to the class last spring and you passed the class, but you didn't get credit. You didn't get credit because you were over the number of days you were supposed to miss for school. Most important, folks, this can get your GPA also. This can get your GPA, which means that if you look to try to get into a certain college, that means that you may not be able to get into that college because of your GPA. So please make sure to watch our attendance again for this particular semester. Mr. Hippolyte said that he sent an attendance contract now to the students earlier this week. If you did not get credit for some of your classes last spring, if you're one of those students, print out that attendance contract. Read over it, know the requirements. Sign and date it. Get your parents to sign and date it. Take a picture of it, get a copy of it, and take it to your assistant principal office. If you meet the requirements, when we run the report, at the end of the required period for the requirements, you'll get your credit back. But if not, you got to take that class over again. You have to take it over again. So please, folks, most important this semester to look at attendance recovery. Also look at attendance for this particular semester, because remember again, if you're trying to get into certain colleges, it may hit you for your GPA. Again, DOE enrollment, we explained that a few minutes ago. 90% of the time, that's a state law. That's when we give it to you, okay? When you talk about attendance, again, we don't want to print your attendance out. I'm going to ask the question, who is it that marked my attendance? Your teacher. We go by every class period. Your teacher is the one that marked your attendance. We have some parents that call this summer, ask about attendance. We can't help you. Whatever's printed out on the attendance in the attendance office, that's what we have to go by, because the teachers are the ones who's going to mark your attendance. Charting policy, 1 to 9 is a warning. Once we get number 10, we'll start putting you inside. We're going to run a report this Friday after the day is over with, and we'll start tracking this next week. So if you get called to the office, that means you're going to be over. So please make sure you watch your charters. We ask you to get the class on time as well as school on time. 10-10 rule. Do not leave the classroom 10 minutes. When you first get there, the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes. If you leave the classroom in between there, make sure you have 2 things. Your ID around your neck, and then also make sure you have a pass from your teacher. We don't want to hear anything about my teacher didn't give me one. If you leave a class, it's your responsibility to have your ID on and also have your pass. School facilities, you know what time we get started, you know what time school takes in. You already know the after-school plans is in place. If you happen to have after-school detention, it's from 2:55 to 3:25, and Saturdays, 7:55 to 12, you're assigned to Saturday school. Whatever you have, hopefully you're not assigned to those areas, you're taking care of yourself as a responsible citizen. But if you are assigned, be a responsible citizen, take care of your business. When you attend athletic events, The expectation is to conduct yourself appropriately, sit in the appropriate area, have your ID with you, be appropriately dressed, and conduct yourself as a citizen of Texas City High School. Represent Texas City High School well. Parking permit. You'll be getting a parking permit. It's going to cost you $10 to get that. This year, please, they're going to be checking those parking lots, starting, I think, after Labor Day. Make sure you get your parking if you're driving to school. And make sure you park in your lane only. Your lane, don't park in someone else's parking spot either, because they're going to be checking that. Eventually, if you violate, keep violating, your vehicle could be towed. It could be towed if you're driving. So make sure you know what's going on. If you happen to drive it, let's say you have a parking permit, and it's in your vehicle. For some reason that day, your car's in the shop, or it didn't start, you came in another vehicle. Be sure you communicate with Ms. Fuller. Pull that parking sticker out of your car and put it in the vehicle that you are driving. That's most important, folks, okay? Vaping, if it's drugs, it's DAEP. If it's not drugs, you call it vaping, we're going to put you inside. That's the first offense up there, the second offense, and the third offense, DAEP referral. We will always communicate with our student resource officer. Let us know that the drugs are available in that venue. Hopefully you are not doing that. Do not open those exterior doors for anyone. In the morning time when we come in, we have two doors basically that are open, the front and the bus ramp. After that, it's going to be the front door whether you're going to leave the building or not, unless you are going to the ITC program or cosmetology. The only time you lose the back door is those programs, and at the end of the day, that's the only time. So please make sure you adhere to that. You don't know who you open the door for or who may be around the corner, so do not open that door for anyone, folks, okay? Our job is to make sure we keep you safe. We have many doors at Texas City High School, so please make sure you adhere to that. If you happen to be assigned to in-school suspension, be sure you follow the guidelines that they have in place there. Be sure you follow those guidelines. One of the key ones is going to be cell phone. Be sure you power it off, follow the instructions that are given to you, and take care of your business that are there. We have no reason why we can't complete assignment if we are assigned in-school suspension. Oh yes, make sure if you are assigned, make sure we get there. These are the things also. Hoodies. You can wear it to school, keep it off your head. You know where the hole is supposed to be in your jeans. And we haven't had too much of a problem this year. The only thing I've seen so far this year is with our young ladies who may have a short shirt on. Just remember, we don't want to see any skin. We don't want to see any skin, okay? So keep yourself covered. Senior prom, May 6th. The requirements again for senior prom. You see attendance coming up again. This semester is 8 days, next semester is 9 days. Those are without doctor's notes, okay? You must be in good standing, which means you're going to be graduation ready with your credits, with your discipline. You don't have any unpending discipline over there. You're going to be in good credit with your attendance. You're going to be in good credit with your STAR test, with all your classes. You're in good standing. No fines or fees. You're in good standing. If you happen to invite someone, if it's a non-TCHS student, you must get approval. Please go to your appropriate level office. And if you invited someone, that's the age, 14 to 20. Also, Mr. Hippolyte has put in place, see the attendance thing coming up again, because the most important, not just for you to be here, but also for you to be successful. He's going to have what we call the Senior Day Incentive at Palm Beach. We're going to Moody Gardens. Attendance is most important, one of the requirements, passing all your classes. Please sign up for Round 101, which is going to be on May 22nd. May 22nd. That's most important. No DAEP placement. 10 or less tardies. Okay? 10 or less tardies. And also, Mr. Hippolyte plans, make sure y'all get to school on time. Folks, get in the habit of getting to school on time. Folks have lost good jobs because they get to work late. So get in the habit. Folks not going to understand you. If someone hire you, they expect you to be there. So we expect you to be at school on time. Our job is to make sure we prepare you for the next level. Y'all should be having your laptop and getting that laptop pretty soon. Just have like one word again, is challenge. We want y'all to challenge yourself, embrace that challenge, go beyond things, okay? The more you challenge yourself, the stronger you will become as an independent person, and then stronger individual. Independence leads to interdependence, which is most important. Not only will you be able to take care of yourself, but you're able to take care of others. So we want you to learn this year, improve, and we want you to achieve, which is going to equal to your success. So right now, please take your phone out if you do not have the Remind 101, because Mr. Hippolyte will be communicating with you all. Please get this information down for the class of 23. Send a text to 81010, okay? And text us in the message at 82K, 8HH. So please sign up for Remind so you can get quick messages from Mr. Hippolyte, and he will communicate with you all. He will communicate with you. Do anyone have any questions about anything? I want to thank you all for listening this morning. I do appreciate it. And teachers, thank you all for bringing them, and you can take them back to class right now. You have a good day.